Hey, my name is Megan and welcome back to my channel where I give freelancers, consultants, and agencies no fluff advice for landing clients. We're talking about LinkedIn today. If this is something that interests you, be sure to scroll down below this video where I've left a bunch of links that you might be interested in, and also stick around until the end because I have a cool announcement. All right, back to work. When you send a LinkedIn invite, you have the opportunity to make an immediate impression because LinkedIn allows you to add a note to your invite. I'm talking about this guy. For the longest time, I never added a note, and honestly, I got by just fine, but with all of the platforms really cracking down on spammers and bots and third-party tools, we need to be doing everything we can to form real, genuine relationships and have real conversations with people, and that means adding a note. But what do you say in it? First, I want to tell you something that you should never, ever, ever do. Do not use the invite message to pitch. Do not pitch your services. Your recipient doesn't know you yet. You're just some rando sending them a message online. Now's not the time to try to sell them something, okay? This is too soon, it's too aggressive, and it's gonna backfire. All right, fine, so what does that leave us with? I'm gonna give you a few tips along with some examples for what you can say. Tip number 1 is keep it short. As of right now, LinkedIn gives you 300 characters for your invite note, including spaces. What I did was I went back and checked the approximate character count of the few different types of notes I use, and all of them were less than 50 characters. Why? Why are they so short? Simple. It's because now's not the time to get chatty. These people don't know you and they have no reason to listen to you, so keep it brief. I will often say something like, "Hi, name, reaching out regarding brand name's blog." And I'm going to put on the screen exactly how I write it. I don't spell out regarding, I put RE: to make it even shorter. And if you're not yet familiar with me, I'm talking about blogging because I have a content agency, and SEO and blogging, that's the service we provide. But that's it, that's all I say. If you think that's boring, good. It's supposed to be boring. That's the idea. You are trying to get a stranger to give you a second glance, okay? Now's not the time to get creative. Tip number 2, address them by their name. I thought this was common sense, but it's not, because I get messages all the time that start with hello or hi or dear sir or madam. Really? Like you couldn't even see that I'm a madam? My students in Revenue Spark and myself, we use templates for the note that you can just copy paste, but we always, always, always personalize them. Because if you don't, your lead, your recipient, is going to know that they received the same generic message that everybody else received. They're going to feel like a number, and no one likes to feel that way. Spend 2 extra seconds to add in their name and their brand name because it's going to make a big difference, okay? Don't be lazy. Tip number 3, be specific. If you follow my previous tip and you've already added their brand name, then you're kind of already doing this. For this one, it's kind of easier for me to explain what not to do. What you want to avoid is messages that sound like this. I am looking to expand my network. I'm looking for like-minded professionals and your profile caught my eye. No, it didn't. No, nothing caught anyone's eye. This is just a very generic, lazy message that a lot of people are sending on LinkedIn. You got to remember that this is a personal, direct message that you're sending to another human being. Imagine you were sending them a letter in the mail, like on paper. Do you remember when we used to do that? Talk to them like that, very personally, like a human being. Keep it casual, keep it simple. Pretend that you are standing right in front of them, having this conversation face to face. If you can't imagine saying it to their face, don't put it in a message. Sometimes I'll say something like, "Hey, name, I'd love to chat more about your blog." I can imagine saying this to someone's face like, "Hey, yeah, I'd love to talk about your blog." I can't imagine saying something like, "You seem like a like-minded professional, and I would like to add you to my circle of entrepreneurs." You see the difference? You want to try to emulate and mimic a real conversation. That's what people are going to be most receptive to. Tip number 4, don't write anything that you're not okay with immediately following up on. I had no clue how to word that, so let me just explain. So let's say you add a message to your LinkedIn invite. If your recipient accepts your invite on desktop, whatever you put as the message is actually going to pop up in a chat box, in a message box. So at the bottom of their screen, when they accept your invite, the box is going to open up with your conversation. That message that you put on the invite is going to be the first message in that conversation, okay? The message doesn't go away when they accept the invite. Now here's the thing. A lot of people are going to accept your invite, but they're not going to respond to the message, which is totally okay. This happens to me all the time, but here's what that means for you. You send them an invite with a note, they accept, they don't say anything. You send them another message. So you are ultimately going to be sending them 2 messages back to back. This means that whatever you put in that initial note needs to not sound awkward if you end up having to message them again without a response from them. Let's go through an example. Let's say that I'm sending an invite to John, to my fictitious lead, John. And in the note for that invite, I say, "Hi, my name is Megan and I'm a writer. Can we talk more about your blog?" John accepts my invite, but doesn't respond. So I have to message him again after he accepts my invite and say something like, "Hi, John, thanks for accepting my invite. Like I said, I'm a writer and I'm interested in writing for your blog. Can we talk more?" This is a little awkward. It's a little uncomfortable because it's redundant. I am repeating what I already said in the first message. So ideally, I shouldn't have said that at all in that initial note. That's why we want to keep the LinkedIn invite message super simple. Now, following everything we've already talked about in this video, the conversation might start like this. I send an invite, I add a message, and I say something like, "Hi, John, I'm reaching out regarding your blog." He accepts, but he doesn't answer. I send another message. So I've got 2 back-to-back messages. And then that second message is where I can elaborate a little more. I might say something like, "Thanks so much for accepting my invite, John. I'm reaching out because my content agency is very interested in writing for your blog. Would you be open to discussing this more?" So do you see what I did there? In that initial message that was part of the invite, all I did was kind of plant the seed. And then once he accepted the invite, even though he didn't respond, I still had a very natural opportunity to kind of elaborate on what I already said, provide a little more information, and really get into the conversation. But you don't want 2 messages back to back that look exactly like that. When it comes to your LinkedIn invite message, I don't want to tell you not to try so hard because that's probably bad advice, but kind of in a way, yeah. And what I mean by that is don't try to sound like anything, okay? Don't try to convince them. Don't try to do anything crazy to get their attention. Definitely don't pitch them. Don't give them too much information. Just be real. Talk like a human. Keep it quick. Address them by their name. Don't be generic. And remember that you might be sending 2 messages back to back. So if you want to be really diligent about this, plan out both of those messages in advance so that you know exactly what you want to say for the first one, just in case they don't respond after they accept your invite. My students and I use LinkedIn on a daily basis to source high quality leads and connect with our dream clients. And if you're interested in learning about how we've done it, then just scroll down and click the link below this video to learn more about my program, Revenue Spark, the Client Accelerator. You can read a few testimonials, check out the curriculum, and if you're interested in learning more, you can book a call to speak with me. Also, I promised a little announcement. I think this is exciting. I put together a 55-page guide to building out the perfect LinkedIn profile. It's got step-by-step directions along with screenshots for how to do everything I discuss. And whatever type of professional you are, this can help you. So if you'd like to check that out, I will drop the link in the description below. Thanks so much for making it this far. If you're still here, please give this video a thumbs up to support my channel. If you have any questions or comments, just drop them below. And if you look on the screen right now, you will see 2 videos that I'm recommending that I think you will also enjoy. All right, see you next time.